Hey everyone, give us a second. We're just going to let everyone get logged in here. We've got a big crowd, so I'm just going to let them sign in for another couple seconds and then we'll get started. All right, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from today. Welcome to today's webinar, co-hosted by the New York Oracle User Group and Oracle partner Viscosity North America. We've got a great session for you today, Auto Upgrade to Oracle Database 26 AI by Praveen Somisetty. This is a live webinar, so feel free to submit questions to Praveen in the Q&A field throughout the session, and he'll get back to you as he can or following the presentation. Be sure to check out our other upcoming webinars at nyoug.org or at events.viscosityna.com. This this webinar will be recorded, and you can find this. It normally takes us about a day to get it posted, but keep up with your emails and look for something from myself or my colleagues at Viscosity to let you know when it's posted and when you can find it. All right. So, as I said, today's presentation is co-hosted by Viscosity and NYOUG. I've got Coleman from NYOUG who's going to tell you a little more about their organization.
Thank you, Monica. So the New York Oracle Users Group was founded and formed in 1984 for the exchange of ideas, assistance, and support among users of Oracle software products. And you can reach out to us on nyoug.org, on Twitter, well, X, I guess we're calling it now, and all the other social areas of websites. And let me just present this to everybody that September 30th, Wednesday, we're going to have an on-site meeting at IBM's offices at 1 Madison Avenue. I've put into the chat so you can copy it and just put a reminder to yourself. And with that, we're going to have major speakers from different organizations speaking on various topics dealing with AI all the way to the or internals of the Oracle database. And that's going to be on a Wednesday. So I'm giving you guys a heads up to put it on your calendar that that's what's going to happen pretty quick. And I just want to thank Monica and Viscosity for co-hosting these series of webinars. It's been going on over 5 years. We're in our sixth year now and going strong. And I just want to thank everybody for following us with all the presentations on the various topics within the Oracle framework. Thank you, Monica.
Thanks, Coleman. All right. So, like you said, my name's Monica and I work for Viscosity, where our mission is to enable business transformation at a time when companies must change to survive, which we see more and more often every day as things accelerate within our industry. On this slide, you'll just see we are a full Oracle stack consulting firm with core expertise in Oracle database. These three columns you see here represent the tiers that we are built upon, and across the bottom you'll see things we offer for all three tiers. So if you see anything here in data apps and cloud that maybe speak to any pain points you and your team have, if you're looking for any help, I would love to help you out however I can. Speaking of help, these are some of our awesome colleagues that are speakers. They are also consulting for our clients, and they are just continually putting themselves out there in the Oracle community, speaking, publishing, all of the things. So you can always find some free advice from them as well. But if you need some expert advice like this for your organization, these are just some of the representatives from the Oracle ACE program that represent us. And on this screen, I just have a couple of our most popular services, everything from remote managed services to license management. We do perform near zero downtime migrations for our customers, and we have been prepping our customers for Oracle 26 AI. All right, and then finally, orapub.com is where you will find the recording of this webinar as well as many others. And of course, you can always go to nyoug.org to also find the webinars we do with New York Oracle User Group. Anything else that Viscosity does or presents for free, or even our slide decks from conference appearances, they're all accessible at aurapub.com. You can sign up as a free member. There's also some paid memberships that come with some other perks, but otherwise, all you need is a free membership to access hundreds of webinars, and they go back through the years. So there are many. So definitely check that out. And with that, don't forget to sign up for any upcoming events we've got. We are building out our Viscosity NYOUG webinar series still for the fall. So keep checking back to see what cool topics we schedule. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Coleman, who is going to read our bio for Praveen. And then Praveen, I'll let you get your screen up.
Thank you, Monica. So, Praveen is a seasoned Oracle database administrator and infrastructure architect with over 20 years of enterprise experience. Specializing in high availability systems and database automation, Praveen Kumar helps organizations eliminate manual migration risk through hands-on deployment of modern deployment tools. Again, I want to thank Praveen for presenting today, and I do want to thank again Monica and Viscosity for co-hosting a series of webinars. Thank you again. Praveen?
Yep. Thank you. Thanks, Monica, and thanks, Coleman. Thank you for that introduction. So my name is Praveen. I work as a database architect, and we're going to today's topic. Today's topic is about auto upgrade. Before I go through the slides, I would like to talk a little bit about that, and then I will walk through the slides, and then at the end I will share the demonstrations for the upgrade activity itself. So the auto upgrade, it's a tool written in Java, aiming to help you to ease the upgrade activity. Previously, we used to do do the pre-checks, do the prefix ups, do the upgrade, do the post activities, and then do all the stuff manually using DBUA or the other way. But now with the auto upgrade, which is a Java application or a tool, you specify the configuration parameters, like, what is your source home, what is your target home, what is the SID, and all other details. And the tool helps you to upgrade the databases. So if you are thinking to upgrade to 26 AI, and if your source version is on 19C on 21, then you can directly upgrade to 26 AI. However, if you are on the lower versions, then you will have to come to one of these intermediate versions, either onto 19C or to 21C, and then from there you'll have to upgrade to 26 AI. And this tool, autoupgrade.jar, it's a Java application. It is written in Java. So you'll have to make use of Java to invoke that. And just like how you pass the parameters in case of export to take the backup, you pass the parameters either at the command line or through using a pair file. The same way, even with the auto upgrade, you can pass the command line or pass all the parameters in a configuration file and invoke that. And it does all of the steps for you, doing the pre-checks, doing the prefix ups, and doing the upgrade, and doing the post fix ups. And if it is a rack database, taking care of the rack database, all the steps it does automatically for you. And this tool is independent of the Oracle database version. It comes with the Oracle home itself. So it comes with the database home itself, and it is in the location Oracle Home RDBS admin location with the name autoupgrade.jar. Although Oracle recommends, you get the latest version of the tool before you plan to use it. So that is a little bit about that. So it takes care of all of the steps for the upgrade. Not just that, if you have a requirement to do multiple upgrades at one shot, database upgrades of multiple databases at one shot, then this is the tool. In this tool's configuration file, you can specify the source, target, SID, and all that stuff. And with single invocation of this tool, you will be able to upgrade multiple databases at one shot. Not just that, you will be able to upgrade, not just that, you will be able to schedule the upgrades. If you want to schedule it, you will be able to do that. Not just that, if you want to make use of this in a automation tool or shell script, you will be able to invoke that. Not just that, if you plan to uh, patch the database, you will be able to use this thing with the appropriate parameters and be able to patch the database. Um, and it even provided the functionality to install the newer version of Oracle Home. So that is a little bit about the auto upgrade uh, uh, tool or utility. So we'll just walk through the slides. Uh, so if you plan to upgrade to 26AI, then 21C and 19C, you need to be on these two versions. Then you will be able to upgrade directly to 26AI. And if you are any of the lower versions, then you will have to upgrade it to one of these two versions. And from here, you will be able to upgrade to 26AI. So as we know, upgrade only transforms the metadata. It does not touch any of the user's data. Upgrade transforms an existing Oracle database, including installed components, into a new release. Into a new release, the data dictionary of the database is upgraded to new releases. It does not affect directly user data. No user data is touched, changed, or moved during an upgrade. Oracle recommends that you download the most recent release of Auto Upgrade because they make a lot of changes. And this tool is Oracle's core product, right? So it is integrated and it is aware of all the database stuff, what components are installed, whether the database is making use of TD, whether the database making use of Vault, or whether the database is making use of any ACLs, anything. The tool will be able to, once you configure that, it will be able to, interact with the database and understand and does all the pre-checks related to that specific component that the database is making use of. And you can download the recent release of auto upgrade from this thing. And if you run it in analyze mode, it will just connect to the database, run a set of scripts, and let you know how prepared is your database for the upgrade. If it is able to, in the next phase, if it is able to do all the prefix ups on its own, it does it. And if it does not, then it will let you know these are the things that you need to take care of it, okay, in order to proceed with the upgrade. So to obtain a checklist of tasks that you must complete before upgrading an Oracle database, the auto upgrade utility is designed to automate the upgrade process. So this is the thing it's basically meant for. It wants to ease up the upgrade activity. No manual stuff. I mean, you don't have to go and do the pre-checks. You don't have to do the actual upgrade and post checks, post steps, all that stuff. It does everything for you. Both before starting the upgrades, during upgrade deployments, and during post-upgrade checks and configuration. So it does all of the steps related to the upgrade for you. Okay. And as I said earlier, you will be able to upgrade multiple databases. Say, for example, if you have 7 databases related to a specific application, and if you want to upgrade all of them, then yes, you can make use of this auto upgrade and configure all of those 7 in one single configuration file. What is the source home? What is the server? What is the target home? What is the SID? And then with the single invocation, it will be able to upgrade all these databases. Handles upgrade process end to end with zero or minimal manual intervention, with zero or minimal manual intervention. So it tries to do all of that stuff on its own. And if at all there is a manual intervention required, it let you know, and you can take care of it beforehand so that it does that stuff for you. It runs the pre-upgrade tasks, performs automated fix-ups, execute database upgrade, takes care of post-upgrade tasks. It is independent of Oracle database release. So whether your database is 12.2 or 19C or 18C, you can still go ahead and download the latest version of the autoupgrade.jar and make use of it to upgrade to a later version of the Oracle database. And same tool can be used to upgrade to any Oracle database release starting as early as 12.2. and it covers all database upgrade scenarios. So here, so previously we, from 21C, non-CDB architecture is deprecated. So 21C non-CDB architecture is deprecated. So if your 19C or anything earlier or 21C database is a CDB, you will be able to upgrade it to a CDB in the 26AI. However, if your source, database is non-CDB, then you must convert that into as a pluggable database and plug it in the 26AI. Because from 21C non-CDB architecture is deprecated. So if you plan to upgrade to 26AI, you must make use of the CDB architecture only. And if your source is non-CDB, then you convert that as a pluggable database and you plug it as a pluggable database in the container database. So auto upgrade takes care of this scenario. And there is one more scenario. Say, for example, your source is a CDB with multiple pluggable databases. So, and you want to upgrade only two databases, P3 and P4, PDB3 and PDB4. Your auto upgrade helps you to just unplug these things and plug it as a pluggable databases to the 26AI CDB. So for the benefit, I will again repeat that thing. From 21C, non-CDB architecture is deprecated. So if your source is a non-CDB, you will have to convert that as a PDB and plug it as a PDB in the CDB. However, if your source is already a CDB, you can just upgrade all of that CDB and PDBs into 26AI. However, if your CDB is having multiple pluggable databases and you have a requirement for any reason, you only want to, this thing upgrade only PDB3 and PDB4, your auto upgrade can help you to do that as well into the container database and the 26A. So again, there are few things that auto upgrade or Oracle provides us here. Say for example, here what happens is only the database file headers gets modified and the existing data files of this database will be reused when you plug it here. But if you do not want that, if you do not want to reuse the existing data files, then auto upgrade provides a way for you to copy these data files to as new data files and plug them into the CDB. But in this thing, you will not be able to rename the database when you plug it. Say, for example, your source database is KVZ1, then it will be plugged in as KVZ1 only. You cannot rename the database name of a non-CDB when you convert that in as a PDB and plug it. You will have to reuse the same database name. But it provides an option whether you want to reuse the data files or whether you want to copy a new set of data files. It provides that option. Remember, if you plan to copy the data files into a new set, then you'll have to consider two things. One is amount of disk space. You need twice the amount of disk space and amount of time. You need to consider the amount of time also to copy.
Praveen, there's a question. Do you want to do the questions now or wait till the end?
Coleman, at a logical point, I will review those questions and answer, Coleman.
Thank you, Praveen.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. So that is about, what are the different things that the auto upgrade does. If your source is directly a CDB, you can just convert that or upgrade that into a 26AI. But if your source is anything on a lower version and it is a non-CDB, yes, you can convert that as a PDB and plug it into the 26AI database. And once while you are plugging it in, it provides two options, whether you want to reuse the same data files or whether you want to copy them and use them while you plug it. Oracle recommends us to make use of a copy and plug them. So that way, in case of anything goes wrong, your source is still available. And in this mechanism, you will not be able to rename your source database name. Use source database name comes as is, you will not be able to rename it. So going to the third scenario, you have multiple pluggable databases on your 19C, 18C, 21C, whatever it is, 12C, whatever it is, and you, for any reason, you only want, the applications related to PDB3 and PDB4 only approved for upgrading and others are getting delayed. So you want to uh, only upgrade these two things, then the same thing, auto upgrade will be able to plug them as a pluggable databases into the 26AI CDB, and you will be able to rename them. Say for example, if PDB3 you want that to be renamed as KVZ3, you can rename that, and PDB4 if you want that to be renamed as KVZ4, you will be able to do that. And again, here it provides the option whether you want to use the same source data files or whether you want to copy the source database files and use the copy of that. So in case of copy, you'll have to consider these two things, the amount of time for the copy during the upgrade and the amount of disk space required for that. So you'll have to consider both the things. So I will walk through the slides also. The slides also will show that. Okay. Okay, covers all database upgrade scenarios, CDB, non-CDB to PDB, PDB unplug plug for single instance and Oracle RAC databases. So it takes care of Oracle RAC, Oracle single instance or a single instances, anything it takes care of upgrading. And not just upgrading, you can create the new homes, you will be able to patch them as well. So allows you to schedule upgrades for future points in time. Using this tool, you will be able to schedule your upgrade and allows you to create Oracle home and allows you to patch Oracle Home. So with the appropriate options, you will be able to do these two actions. So moving on, so if we see the version, what are the release numbers and what is their meaning? So for example, this is from 23.26.2, 26.2 release, right? So first numeral represents the database major release number, indicates the major release version. Base release number is not updated over the course of the release. So this thing is not going to be updated over the course of the release. And second numeral indicates a release update year. So which year this got released. And this is the release update quarter. Previously we had 23.26.1. Now we have 23.26.2.0.0. And monthly recommended patch indicates fourth numeral indicates monthly recommended release update patch level. And fifth numeral indicates a recut level of the version. So before I go, let me check any questions. Yes, Alexander. Yes, please. Yeah. As of now, 26A is only released for Linux 8, Oracle Linux 8, Oracle Linux 9, SUSE Linux 15, and RHEL 2 versions. If you are on AX, then we will have to wait for some more time to see that thing is available. And if you are on CDB, then yes, you can do the direct upgrade. Your source is a straightforward upgrade scenario. Auto upgrade is only for databases. It does not do anything with the grid infrastructure. You will have to take care of the grid infrastructure. So it takes care of the, you can take care of the DG with that. But with respect to the grid, yes, you will have to install the grid, and you will have to take care of taking care of the ASMR grid on your own. But other than that, anything with related to the database, you will be able to create a new home. You will be able to upgrade it. You will be able to patch it. All that stuff you can do, and it takes care of the standby also. Convert. Okay, I see a question converting non-CDB to PDB and during auto upgrade, if I have a DR, how to handle that? I will try to answer that at the end. Yes, it is you can do rolling this thing. Oh, patching. But for upgrade, you will have to shut down. You will have to shut down for upgrade. The question is, can we do rolling upgrade? No, you'll have to shut down and do the upgrade. Okay, thank you. So moving on. Okay, after the upgrade, it takes care of the steps like, taking care of the invalid objects, all that stuff. And to validate invalid objects after the upgrade, we run util-rp.sql, the same thing it does too. And some factors that affect the object validation time are number of invalid objects, your CPU types, the processor speeds, system load, available physical memory, and util-rp script automatically runs in serial or in parallel recompilation based on the number of CPUs available. Based on the CPUs available on the server, it can either run in serial or in parallel mode, multiplied by the number of threads for each CPU. So the more threads, the better it is for the util-rp to run it faster. And recompilation time is proportional to the number of invalid objects in the database. And we 100% want to ensure that there are no invalid objects, of the sys or system user before the upgrade. We want to ensure that all the objects related to sys or system users are valid. And after the upgrade, DB is accessed for certain duration and performance is acceptable. Then we can change the compatible setting to a maximum value of the newer release. However, once the compatible parameter is changed, there is no direct way to downgrade it. You'll have to use up the other tools. Once the compatible parameter is changed in the DB, it cannot be downgraded to an earlier release. Okay, now going back. Regarding the compatible settings in the multi-tenant architecture, right? When we when we plug, unplug, or when we, convert a non-CDB and plug it as a PDB in the 26 AI, then we'll have to check a thing like, if your sources compatibility is lesser than the 26, then as part of the upgrade, it brings up automatically that thing, the compatibility gets increased automatically, and it gets changed to 26. So say for example, if this thing is already on 26, that's not an upgrade scenario. Then if you try to plug it, then on the target side also the compatibility level will be on the 26. On the source side, either for the non-CDB or for the CDB PDB, if the compatible value is 19C or 21C, then when you try to plug it as a PDB, then it brings it up automatically to 26. The compatibility value gets converted to 26 automatically. If at all, if you try to do it reverse way, your source is on 26, and for any reason, if you try to plug it on the 19C, no, it does not work. The compatibility level on the source side should be lesser than the target. Compatibility level on the source side should be lesser than or equal to on the target. If it is greater than, then you cannot plug that as a pluggable database. So we'll just see the same thing in the slide. When you plug in a PDB in a later release CDB, the CDB compatible parameter setting can change the PDB compatible parameter or prevent the plugins. When PDB compatible is equal to the CDB compatible parameter setting, then there is no change to the PDB compatible parameter setting. That is, your source is already on the 26 and you are doing it to the 26, then yes, there is no change. But if your source is lesser than the 26 and you are plugging it as a PDB into the 26, then the compatibility of this source changes once you plug it. Once you plug it as a PDB, it changes into 26. The next point says that when PDB compatible setting is higher than the CDB compatible setting, the PDB cannot be plugged in. When the PDB's compatible setting is higher than the CDB, then you cannot plug that PDB. Only PDBs with a compatible setting equal to or lower than the CDB can be plugged in. Compatibility parameter enables or disables database features based on the release compatibility. So if you change that, some of the features gets enabled or disabled. So also it has an impact on the downgradability. So you'll have to consider that. Restrictions on compatible values. A minimum recommended Oracle database release supported for a direct upgrade to 26 AI is 1900. So you will have to even see the scenario, say even for unplug plug or non-CDB to PDB or unplug plug, your source should be your source should be on the 19C or 21C. Your source should be on 19C or on 21C. If only then you can plug the non-CDB as a PDB and plug it. Here also, it should be on 19C and it should be on 19C and 21C, and the compatible value also, minimum Oracle database release supported for direct upgrade to 26 AI is a 19. So you need to have this thing as a compatible to plug here also. Oracle strongly recommends that we use only 3 decimals in the compatible parameter setting. Compatible, so they ask us to only use the 3 decimals. We know that. After the compatible parameter is increased, we cannot downgrade the database or we cannot flash back to restore points. So once you change that, you cannot directly do that. So with anything, once you change the server version, you will have to ensure that all the clients are able to interact or communicate with the server, without any issues. So you'll have to ensure if I upgrade, I'll go to the next slide. So if I upgrade to 26 AI on the server, before that, I'll have to ensure are all my clients on 26 AI? Yes, then they will be able to communicate. Are all my clients on 21C version? Yes, they will be able to communicate with 26 AI server. Are all my clients are on 19C version at least, then yes, they will be able to communicate with the server. If the clients are making use of anything of the lower version or a library which is not compatible with the 26 AI, then you will have to upgrade that and test it in dev, ensure the connectivity of that client is running fine, and then take a call accordingly. So for different versions, for 26 AI, 19C, 18C, and for different versions, what versions of the clients you can use so that you can connect with the database. So if it is yes, it is supported. If it is yes, it is extended supported. And if it is MDS, it is a market driven supported, and it was supported previously and it is not supported now. Okay. We'll come back to this a little bit. We converting databases during upgrades. You can convert non-CDB to multi-tenant architecture Oracle databases during upgrades. Non-CDB Oracle DB upgrades to non-CDB architecture are de-supported. So if you want to continue with the non-CDB, no, you cannot. It is de-supported. For that matter, you can only make use of the CDB architecture, container database architecture only. And without the additional license, you can run 3 PDBs in a container database. You don't need an additional license to run just 3 container databases in the 3 pluggable databases in the container database. You can just run without a container database license. So during the upgrade, you'll have to convert. If you are on the non-CDB, you'll have to convert it as a PDB. And options, convert non-CDB to a PDB before upgrade. You convert the Oracle 19C non-CDB to PDB in Oracle 19C release. Then upgrade the entire 19C CDB with PDBs to Oracle database 26 AI. So So I guess there was a question a little while ago. About 19C and uh, the standby. So if you have a 19C non-container database with the standby database and you want to upgrade it to 26 AI and also want to reuse your 26 and also want to reuse your 19C standby database, then yes, there is a way to do that. And I have made a video of that and published it in my YouTube channel. Maybe you can refer to this, how you can convert that as a non-CDB as a PDB and also reuse the 19C standby database. So the complete scenario is explained and demonstrated here. You can check that. So moving further, plug in the non-CDB upgrade, convert to a PDB after upgrade. Here, non-CDB is plugged into the Oracle 26AI CDB. It is plugged, non-CDB is plugged as a PDB into 26AI CDB. It is upgraded. Then non-CDB is converted to a PDB in Oracle 26AI CDB. So you basically, so you have a non-CDB. You convert that as a PDB into the CDB. You plug it. It is upgraded, and once it is upgraded, you will be able to access it. There are certain prerequisites. This non-CDB must also be on a version that is suitable for a direct upgrade. The Indian format should be same. I have this thing, and both of them should have the voice authentication, and they both should have the same components. Or the components on this thing can be a superset of this thing, and a few other things. We will see them in the slide. So convert to PDB after upgrade. Here non-CDB is plugged into an Oracle 26AI CDB, upgraded. Then non-CDB is converted to a PDB in Oracle 26AI CDB. Upgrades of Oracle grid infrastructure are carried out separately. AutoUpgrade is only meant for DB. It is not meant for grid infrastructure or ASM. And as we know that you need to have the grid on a higher version. So if you are planning to do the DB, then definitely you need to take care of the ASM or the grid infra beforehand. Grid infra must be upgraded before you upgrade the databases. So as we said earlier, this thing is Oracle's product. So once you configure it, once you say what is your source database and what is the target version and where is the server, what is the DB name, and it can connect to the database and it can understand whether TDE is enabled or whether DB vault is enabled. It will be able to understand all of that stuff on its own. So it does a lot of pre-upgrade information check with auto upgrade. I have just copied a few of the checks. What it does, if it has a Apex, then yes, you need to take care of the Apex upgrade beforehand, before or after the database upgrade, and you need to have the archive mode on, and starting from 26, audit trail cleanup jobs are not allowed to be created nor exist in the audit schema. So if you have any cleanup jobs, then you will have to take the corresponding action. As this user drop the existing audit owned scheduler jobs, recreate the jobs as another user who has audit admin role. And then if the DB vault is enabled, then following must be done after the upgrade. As the DB owner, authorize the job owner for DB. So based on the action, you'll have to take care. And if you have expired snapshots, and if you want to speed up, they suggest to drop the expired snapshot, remove the expired snapshots and shrink AWR tables with more than 50% free space before upgrade to reduce the upgrade downtime. So if you want to speed up, you can consider this. And only CDB is supported, and non-CDB is not supported and compatible. So component info, all the components there. And so we know that we need to take care of the dictionary stats before the upgrade. So it does a lot of, I guess it is in a few hundreds. It does a lot of pre-checks before the upgrade. So enable local undo. Each pluggable database will have its own undo table space, and undo is maintained there. So all of these pre-checks, it takes care of it. And TD passwords, say for uh, either your source is TD enabled or your target is TD enabled, and or both of them is TD enabled, still auto upgrade, will be able to upgrade your database. For that, you create a wallet for auto upgrade itself. For auto upgrade itself, you create a wallet, and then in the wallet you add the um, uh, this thing uh, password to access the TD of the source database, password to access the TD of the source database, and password to access the TD of the target database. You add it, you specify the passwords. So auto upgrade, I will be able to use that wallet of its own, interact with the source using the TD key, get that TD information, and be able to upgrade this database. So we'll see that. Okay. So before prepare a backup strategy before upgrading, you can use a flashback database to revert to a prior version after an Oracle database upgrade. A GRP should be taken before we start the upgrade activity. In fact, the auto upgrade itself takes a GRP, and it is for its own purpose. And Oracle strongly suggests us to take an backup of our own to rely on the you know if at all, if you want to fall back. So, and there is no direct way if you are doing from non-CDB to CDB, or if you are just unplugging and plugging a few pluggable databases into the target side, there is no way you can directly downgrade or do these things. You will have to rely on your own mechanisms. I mean, you need to do the restore or the other stuff. Sorry. Uh, So we'll see that. I want to show a demo where we have a single instance CDB. We will upgrade it to 26 AI, but before that, we will install the software. We download this thing, and we take care of the OS level prerequisites using running this package, and we install the Oracle Home by running the run installer, ignore prerequisites, and all that stuff. And then we download the RU and apply it on the new home so that we get it to 23.26.2. And we want to have the latest version of autoupgrade.jar as Oracle recommends. So to check that what is the current version of autoupgrade.jar, as it is a Java application, we need to invoke it with the help of the java-jar and autoupgrade.jar hyphen version. It will show you what is the build date and what is the tag. So I will I will show you that in the demonstration as well. And download the latest version of autoupgrade.jar. And again, we'll see the version of it. And then we will run it in the analyze mode. But before that, we run in the analyze mode. Just like your expdp help or impdp help, you can use this flag, create sample file config. So it creates a sample configuration file, and that configuration file will list all the parameters that are available for the autoupgrade.jar configuration. So what are all the parameters that are available? You can see them by using this flag. So I will run this thing, and then I will edit the configuration file to reflect my upgrade requirement. So for CDB to CDB upgrade, sample configuration file is as below. What is the global log directory? And what is the SID? Source home, target home, 19C, 20C, 26C. And for this upgrade, where are the logs should be written? So the logs, the detail log should be written to this thing. And upgrade start now. We are saying it to start the upgrade now. What is the server? And all other stuff, UTL-RP, time zone upgrade, target version. Okay. So we will see this thing, a demonstration of that. Okay. So this is my server one where I have like 19C CDB database, ORCL CDB. And this is my listener underscore S1. So it is on 19C as of now. I just connected to the source database and it is in read write mode primary, and it is having this pluggable database ORCL PDB1. So I connected to the pluggable database ORCL PDB1, and I have a user HR user. This is the default user. So I have these objects under the HR user in the pluggable database ORCL PDB1. And these are all the components that my 19C CDB is having and their status. There are no invalid objects, DB invalid objects. There are no invalid objects as of now. And the compatible value is of 1900. So we are good to do a direct upgrade here. And this is the OS level prerequisite package that I run, DNF install -y Oracle AI database pre-install 26AI. In the next thing, I will show the log of this thing, the OS level package run of it. And we can see that in the where log Oracle AI database pre-install. What that actual OS package has did, we can see that it says the groups are already existing, and it tried to change some of the stuff. We can see them. And then I downloaded the Oracle Home. So I'm setting my where is my 26AI home, and then I am trying to run the unzip command. The software is unzipped now. I'll run the run installer with install software only, install DB software only. So take care of the scripts as root user, and as of now, we just took care of the prerequisites and also downloaded the Oracle Home and installed the Oracle Home. Next, I will take care of patching it to 23.26.2. Okay, this is the by default, this is the version, this is the autoupgrade.jar that is available in the 26 home. So if you see that the build date is 2026 0117, and the tag version of it is 25.5. So I'm just renaming it, and I will download the latest version of it. So wget command, I'm trying to get the latest version of the autoupgrade.jar. So once I downloaded the latest version of autoupgrade.jar, I see that version is 26.3 and previous is 25.5. So Oracle strongly recommends to make use of the latest version whenever you go for an upgrade. So this is for the O patch. I am to patch the Oracle Home. I'm taking care of the O patch utility also. So I upgraded the O patch utility, and then I am zipping the unzipping the actual patch that helps me to bring it to 23.26.2. So I'm verifying the conflict before I install the patch. So patch says it is succeeded. I can go ahead and so until this point, we just took care of the prerequisites, OS level prerequisites, getting the home and installing the home, upgrading the O patch itself and patching it, patching the Oracle home so that it is on 23.26.2.0.0. So once it is there, then we are good to create the configuration file and for the auto upgrade and proceed with the upgrade. Okay. Okay, 23.26.2. And then I used a DB recovery file list. So the size of that and see this thing. Java-jar, I am invoking the autoupgrade.jar and I'm saying create me a sample configuration file so that I can see all of the parameters that are meant for the autoupgrade.jar. So I'm passing that flag, create sample config file, and then create the config file in this location. So this is the thing, just like your expdp help or impdp help. Java-jar, autoupgrade.jar, create sample file, config, and then the config. So what are all the parameters that you can make use of? You can see them in details of that. All those things you can see them. I have this thing downloaded. I will try to show them at a little bit later. I have something more to cover. So I edited this configuration file based on my requirement. So this is where the auto upgrades global log should be returned to, and the source database SID is ORCLCDB, and this is 19C is my source Oracle home, 26CI DB home one is my target Oracle home, and for this upgrade activity, write the logs to this location, upgrade logs, and start the upgrade now, and the server where it is supposed to do it's on server one, and run utlrp time zone upgrade target version. So we have set all of these things. Now auto upgrade uses these things and connects to your source database, does the pre-checks, and if it is all fine, then you can go ahead and run the actual command to the upgrade, and it does all of that steps, the upgrade itself and the post steps also. So this is the analyze mode. We are asking just to do the pre-checks before it does the actual upgrade itself. And you get the upgrade prompt. Most of you might be knowing upgrade prompt list status, list job status, and it shows the details in what stage it is, and the other details. Before that, I want to. Okay. Okay, so if you invoke it in the analyze phase, yeah, in all the steps, analyze phase, fix ups, deploy, this is the thing, it does all of the steps, setup, GRP, pre-upgrade, pre-checks, prefix-ups, drain, all of the steps for you. And if you go ahead and do the upgrade, does the upgrade, doesn't take the GRP here. It does all of these steps. Just like how you do all of these things manually, it calls all of these things as the stages or phases, and it writes logs for all of these. And based on the mode that you invoke it, analyze mode, it does these 2 steps. Fix-ups mode, it does these 4 steps. In the deploy mode, it does all of these things. So what it in what it does in each of the steps is written here. So yeah, so you can see what are all the tasks that are running now. So you can use the status command to understand what mode it is, and in that mode and in that stage, this is not the overall this thing. This is at this whatever phase or stage that it is running in analyze, it has completed 33%. And you can use this help and understand what are all the options that are available in the upgrade prompt. Okay, once it completes, then it exits out of the upgrade prompt on its own, and it will show the messages status.log and status.html. So if you do the status.log, it shows the pre-checks is success, and I'll try to show the status.html also. So every phase that it does, it writes a corresponding logs into its own phases subdirectory. So here, ORCLCDB, this is the location of the logs. This is the location where we asked it to write the logs. And in that location, 101 is the job. So, okay, this is the prechecks.html file that it showed. So it is asking to take care of all of this. Unified audit on. So things got changed on the unified auditing. So we need to take care of the respective parameters. Audit file dash, these are deprecated. So you need to take care of them manually. And it shows a list of all the details of all the pre-checks, basically. For the container database and all other pluggable databases that are available. So it does that pre-checks and it shows them all of them in the HTML. Okay, I'm actually doing the deploy mode. In the deploy mode, it does all of the phases that I showed earlier. It does the actual upgrade also. So it is doing the pre-checks again. So it shows it has upgraded 3% as of now, and it is doing the DB upgrade. Previously, it shows pre-checks, pre-fix-ups, DB upgrade, DB upgrade. So what stage and what is the status of it? So it is in deploy mode. Deploy mode, it does the upgrade. And once it does the upgrade of the CDB container database, and goes ahead and upgrades the pluggable databases. So under this deploy mode, whatever phase or stage it is, it has done 46% as of now. So it has done 94% of the CDB route. Once 100% is completed, it goes and upgrades the PDB. ORCL PDB1 is our PDB. So it is upgrading our PDB now. Once it completes, all the PDBs are completed, then it will show the log file name and it exits the upgrade prompt. It is executing the fix-ups, post fix-ups. So this thing is intelligent. It takes care of copying your tnsnames.ra, listener.ra, all that stuff. It takes care of copying it from the older home to the newer home. And it is intelligent. It understands when it needs to take care of the standby. So, it does them at an appropriate time. So yeah, jobs finished, jobs failed 0. And see this thing, drop grp at your convenience once you consider it is no longer needed. So it created the grp, and they ask us not to rely on this grp completely. So it is for the auto upgrade. The grp is for the auto upgrade, not for us. If something goes wrong, you'll have to have a alternate strategy. So the log file shows what are all the each stages and their status, and the log directory of each stage. See them. So I think I went to the, I'm trying to show the logs, log details of that. We configured these things as a parameters in the configuration file where it should write these logs. So I'm going to the log location and showing the details from the logs. So you see this thing ORCL CDB, and these are all the different phases that it does. And this is a 0 byte file. It's a kind of status or flag file, and it shows success. So for this particular ORCL CDB, all of these phases succeeded. So we can understand them, and we can, I think I showed the status.html also. So it took care of upgrading your etc tab. It copies your tnsnames.ra and listener.ra, all of that as part of the post activity. So it copied that or cell PDB and even the listener.ra also. So it does all of the steps for you auto upgrade. I need to set the Oracle home before I log in. So I'm setting the Oracle home to the new 26AI. So this is the GRP that it created us and that it created. So we'll have to drop it once we feel we are good to proceed further. I'm just directly connecting as a HR user of the ORCL PDB and see if I can access my data from the 26AI database. So yes, that is a direct scenario for the upgrade. I want to proceed. We just spoke about all the different phases, what it does, and in which mode what phase is invoked. And we have one more scenario, but meanwhile let me check. Okay, non-CDB to PDB upgrades with auto upgrade. So I have one more scenario. I will show that as well. So I think I have covered the theory. Okay, for understanding non-CDB to PDB upgrades with auto upgrade, starting with 21C, all upgrades must use multi-tenant architecture. Non-CDB architecture is desupported. And when you migrate from non-CDB to PDB, we obtain up to 3 configurable PDBs in a CDB without requiring a multi-tenant license. So auto upgrade converts the non-CDB source Oracle database as a PDB. So non-CDB, it converts that as a PDB, plugs into the 26AI. Okay. Source database is then upgraded. To perform this action, the requirements are target CDB must be created in advance. You need to have the target CDB in advance. PDB created must use the source non-CDB name. If you are plugging your non-CDB as a PDB, you cannot change the non-CDB's name. You will have to use the same non-CDB's name only. Set of Oracle database options in target must be same as source. So whatever options you have here, you need to have the same options. If you have Apex, you need to have the Apex here also. Or the options here can be greater than here, but you need to have all of the options. The Indian format should be identical because that is, that is the characteristic of how it writes the data. So Indian format should be identical here as well as here. And source non-CDB and target CDB have compatible character set and national character sets. Obviously, you need to have the same character sets, so that you will be able to plug this non-CDB as a PDB here. And OS authentication must be there. During the conversion, original data files are retained. They are not copied to create the new PDB. But if required during plugin, you can choose to copy the data files. The default thing is it will change the data file headers here and then reuses them here as a PDB. But it also provides an option where you can copy the data files of it here. That way this thing is untouched, but you'll have to consider the amount of time and the disk space needed. Original database, if required during plugin, you can choose to copy data files. This requires additional disk space and takes more time. With this option, original database is retained and can be reused for rollback if needed. To copy the data files, they have provided the options target PDB copy option, file name convert in auto upgrade config. Well, so we will see one more scenario. I think we are a little bit short of time, but we will see one more scenario. So this is my non-container database, and this is on 19C. The database name is MyDB, and this is not a CDB. You see here it is a non-CDB, and it makes use of the auto login wallet. So it is TD encrypted. And my source database files of MyDB are in opt Oracle Aura data, MyDB. And I already have this CDB, a different CDB on the same server, ORCL CDB 26. I want to, so I have a non-CDB, and that name is MyDB, and this is encrypted, TD encrypted, and I have created ORCL something CDB 26 here, and this is a CDB, and this is also encrypted. I make use of auto upgrade to upgrade this as a PDB into my 26AI CDB. So that is the scenario. So this thing, even this target to 26AI is also making use of a wallet of its own. And the data files for this container database 26AI are in location U01 app Oracle Aura data. The previous thing was in opt Oracle Aura data MyDB. So I'm just sharing the listener and the other stuff which is there in the source. So I'm showing the version of the auto upgrade itself. Auto upgrade jar is, I think I already upgraded it. See 26.3. So this is my configuration file. I have set it to write the global logs into this thing, and my source is MyDB, and the target CDB is Oracle CDB 26, source home, target home, and for this upgrade, it needs to write all the logs to this location. Say, for example, if this configuration file is having, if this thing is having multiple things, multiple database upgrade details, then each one of them write their own logs into this specific log directory. So I am running it in analyze mode to do the pre-checks. List the job status. So it completed fine. Okay, it says failure. Log directory 100 pre-checks. Check failed for MyDB. Manual intervention needed for the below checks. TDE passwords required. I'm unable to access this database which is TDE encrypted, and I need the password to access the wallet, and from there I will be able to access the database. So it is saying that message for us. So in the next step, I will create a auto login wallet for the auto upgrade itself. So I make use of this thing key store. So I create a wallet for the auto upgrade itself. So a wallet for TD itself, and so that in that wallet I add the details of the source TDE, and also I add the password for the target CDE. So now it gets the details of both the things. So it will be able to access the wallet, and from there it will be able to access the database. So I create a wallet for the TD itself, and I later convert that into a auto login wallet. So this is the location I specified for it to make use of the wallet. As of now, there is nothing. This is the flag load password. That is the flag in which it see it is creating new auto upgrade key store password required. It is now creating a key store, and it is asking me the password for that key store. I gave the password. Now I will add the source database password, and I will also add the target database. Remember, my source is MyDB, so I'm adding the secret for the MyDB. And ORCL CDB26 is my target. I added the uh, password for the TD password for the ORCL CDB. I saved it. It is asking, do you want me to convert to the key store to auto login? Yes. Now, if I go to the location, I will be able to see the wallet for the auto upgrade. In this wallet, it writes the details of TD keys of both of the my source and target. Now, I run the analyze mode again. So it completed the pre-checks. Now you see the status as success. Since we gave it the password for the TDE, it is able to access the thing cleanly, a DB cleanly. Now we are trying to do the actual upgrade itself. I want to make use of the auto upgrade, connect to the source, make use of the TDE password, and plug it as a PDB into my 26 AI. I have shared the TDE password for 26 AI also. So it is doing the actual upgrade, 0%. In the deploy phase, in the particular stage, it has completed 46% now. Okay, it actually completed the upgrade. Auto upgrade completed fine. We can check the. Okay, these are all the stages it does. It did. It took a GRP, and we need to drop the GRP once we are good with the upgrade. It does the pre-upgrade, pre-checks, prefix ups, drain, DB upgrade, non-CDB to PDB. And each step, if you see, it wrote the log of that phase into its corresponding job ID, and the phase of the job, pre-checks, prefix-ups, drain, all of the logs. So you can go and look into the logs, what it actually did. So I'm connected to, okay, now you see it is not in restricted mode. We have given the TD passwords of both the source and target to the auto upgrade, so it knows how to interact with the database with the help of the TD passwords, and it plugged my source 19C non-CDB as a PDB into my CDB. So I can still see my user under the MyDB. I'm just trying to access the data. Okay, you see here, all of the data files are previously are in U01 app Oracle Aura data, but this thing, remember our MyDB database files are in opt Oracle Aura data, and here we did not make use of a copy option. We just said like, change the data file headers and reuse the source data files headers itself, source data files itself. So that's why it just plugged them the source database files here. And you can see the wallet details. For container ID 4 is my MyDB, my source 19C. So you can see the details of it in the wallet as well. So don't try to make use of the source database now because your database files are being reused. So it copied my tnsnames.r and listener.r also into the NUR Oracle home. Listener MyDB is my previous listener. So this is my global log directory, and for this upgrade, this is my log directory. Imagine you have mentioned like 4 databases to be upgraded in the same configuration file. Each of the databases upgrades log files will be returned to the corresponding log directory, but at a global level, you will get a glimpse of what happened, and those things will be written into this global log directory. So I am now going into the global log directory. So MyDB is my source. So MyDB with the DB name and the face name and the result of each phase, whether it is success or failure, a single flag file, a file, a dummy file with the flag name. It shows all those details. So this is the status.html, the corresponding the different stages of the upgrade and their corresponding log directories, and what is my source and what is my target versions it showed here. Now I am going into the respect to log directory for this upgrade. The job ID for that auto upgrade and the face ID of the job. So this 102 has done pre-upgrade, pre-checks, prefix-ups, all that stuff. So I'll try to see if there are any questions and proceed further. Okay. Auto upgrade. Okay. What is the downtime required for this auto upgrade? Yes, you need the downtime. Just like the upgrade, right? It requires the same amount of time. If you are concerned, maybe you can trim your AWR related stuff, but you just need to be careful that once you trim, you won't be able to get them, so that the actual upgrade itself completes faster. But it is meant to, do all of those steps that you do manually to be done automatically by this tool. Can we expect SC2 edition in 26A? I didn't get that question. I'm sorry. If you can rephrase, can we expect SC2 edition in 26A? When running auto upgrade, does the database server have to download the patches from Oracle, which would require firewall rules? Okay. There are two ways you can provide the auto upgrade where it can make use of the software, or you can, you create a wallet, and in that wallet you provide your Metalink credentials or Oracle support site credentials, so that it makes use of those credentials and it is not behind any firewalls, so that it can reach to the Oracle e-delivery site or whatever it is, and then be able to pull those software for you. So if you are behind, if your server is behind a firewall, or if you don't want to, some people have, this software already downloaded and want to reshare, then yes, you can make use of it. If not, you can even ask auto upgrade. You create a wallet for it, you provide your credentials in that wallet, and so that it goes and hits the internet and get the software for you. So okay. So, okay, you can even copy the save state. Previously, if it is meant to be opened, you can copy the save state also with the auto upgrade by using keep PDB save state. For the unplug plug PDB upgrade, there is no direct rollback option. You will have to depend on your backups, because you are just doing a lot of stuff. Requirements for the source and target CDBs for the unplug plug also are same exact thing, but only thing is higher here. If you are unplugging a PDB, you can rename the PDB if you wanted to. So I think we already discussed that. If your PDB is PDB1, and if you want to rename that, you will be able to rename it. So if it is PDB3, in this case, you want to rename it, yes, you can rename it as KVZ3. But if you are from a non-CDB, you cannot rename. You can copy the data files to the target CDB. You can make a copy of data files. You'll have to understand that stuff. And auto upgrade command line parameters, using this flag, you pass the configuration file. If you don't want to pass a configuration file, you can specify all these command line parameter values using this flag and create sample file. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So these are all the parameters we created. I showed this thing in the video itself. So what are all the parameters that you can make use of it, just like your XPDP help or MPDP help. And load password, if you want to create a key store for the auto upgrade and use that key store to store the TD passwords of your source or the target, you need to make use of this flag. List checks, say for example, you wanted to see what are all the checks that it does, and you want to tweak description of all the checks that auto upgrade performs. List checks. You can even change the settings of this, but it is not recommended though. What are all these checks that it is doing based on your database? If it is having Apex, then it does the checks for the Apex. So these are all the checks that it does for your database based on what is there in the database. If it is TD enabled, it does the check for TD. If it is having ACLs, it does the checks for the ACLs. So all that stuff. And okay, patch is, using auto upgrade, you will be able to do the patching also. And version, it prints the auto upgrade it prints the version of the auto upgrade. And mode, we have seen that in the analyze mode pre-checks, create home. This is the flag. If you want to create a new home, this is the flag that you use. And download the patches. You'll all the stuff you need to take care. It should be able to access the internet and all that stuff. Fix-ups, deploy, upgrade, post fix-ups. I think we covered all this stuff. Okay, you have seen those parameters, right? Some are global parameters, some are locally modifiable. Global parameters that can be locally modified, and some are local parameters. You can just go through them. You'll understand because we have seen them. And the dictionary stats, whether you want to gather the dictionary stats before or whether you want to gather the dictionary stats afterward, or if you want to do any specific action before the upgrade or after the upgrade, or if you want to use parallelism for stats, all that stuff, you can do it. Mm, uh, if you are on 19C and if you want to reuse your standby, then that's a completely different thing. You first convert the 19C into a container database, and your standby is also converted into a 19C CDB standby. And then that's a direct upgrade scenario. Now you are in the 19C CDB architecture, and I have a demonstration of that in my YouTube channel. So I have a demonstration of that in my YouTube channel. If any one of you are on MySQL and you are interested to know more on MySQL security, I have written a book on the MySQL security, and it is available in Kindle edition in Amazon and in Amazon.in also. I think with that, my part is completed, and I think I have answered all the questions. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Rob. Yes, Coleman. Yes, please. I
Thank you,
am.
Praveen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you everyone for staying on long. You can catch this whole webinar at NYOUG.org or at orapub.com. Thank you so much, Praveen, for presenting to us so much great information. And look how many folks you had stay over the hour with you, which is, I think, a true testament to your content. So thank you again. Everyone else, look for something from us to let you know when our videos are posted. Thank you so much, Praveen. I hope everyone
Thank
has
you.
a great week, and we'll see you at the next webinar.
Thank you. Thanks all. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good day. Thanks all.
Bye.